Hi everyone, and welcome back to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah, and today I want to share something that's helped me kind of get my life together and focus more on big picture life upgrades that need to happen but sometimes can get put off. So I'll share kind of the approach I use in case it can help you, and then specific projects I'm working on to try to have March be a month where I get some of these larger areas of life or more important but sometimes neglected areas of life back on track. Now, this particular approach can be customized to any sort of lifestyle and any certain number of priorities. Of course, we don't want to have the list of categories be too high, just because if you have too many priorities or too many different focus areas, it's going to get more difficult to be able to actually make the progress you want, and we might become overwhelmed by that. For me, I'm currently working on 4 different areas of life that are bigger building blocks to, optimize things and make sure I'm living my most effective routine and just making sure nothing slips through the cracks. I'm focusing on my health, focusing on finances, focusing on business/work, and I'm focusing on the home. And each of these have smaller goals and project areas as I'm looking around thinking, how can I optimize this particular component of my life? You might not have all of those apply to you. Maybe you're retired and you're not currently working on a job, or maybe you have something additional to add in, such as a parenting component or any other related challenge or priority that you want to focus on. If you want to test out this method, I would encourage you to first reflect about your categories and then set good, better, and best goals for each area. Now, what's a good, better, best goal? Basically, think about 3 different levels, or I know the Olympics happened recently. There's your gold, silver, and bronze. What are 3 goals of progressing difficulty that we can use for each of these components of our lives or areas of our lives? So in the examples I gave, let's just use the home example. What is a smaller project that you can accomplish to help update your home or upgrade something that needs upgrading in your home? What's a larger project? And then what's the largest project? Kind of that gold, silver, bronze, good, better, best. Now with this, you don't have to set 3 goals. You can set 1 goal if you want in each area. I like the idea of a progression, or almost like steps. One thing that's a little easier, a little more challenging, and then the most challenging. And that gives me 3 focus areas for each of these components of life. Like I said, health, home, work/business, and finances. So I encourage you to reflect about this if this is an idea that's resonating with you. And I thought I'd go through a little bit of what I've been trying to work on during this particular month. For me, starting with the home section, something we've already done that's definitely was our top goal, and that was to replace our mattress. The mattress we were using was about 30 years old. We don't actually know for sure. Jake had it as a kid, and it's a queen size mattress. Someone in his extended family had passed away, and his parents were given this mattress, and they used it with Jake when he was very young. So we don't know the exact specifics. Honestly, it was still pretty comfortable, but I definitely am aware that that's too long for a mattress to be used ideally. So we did finally switch. We ended up purchasing an avocado mattress, which they've been like number 1 on Consumer Reports, and they're super environmentally friendly. We probably should have bought it a while back. I was actually selfishly hoping my channel would do well enough so I could try to work out a sponsorship with them or have enough of a fan base or enough views on my videos to say, hey, could we work together? But my channel never really got there. So I just said, you know what, we'll just purchase it ourselves. And so far, it's really great. It came in, I think, about a week or 2 ago, so it's still pretty new. We do think ultimately we'll want to upgrade the bed frame as well, but for us that was a huge step to try to upgrade the mattress. And we also were pleased for disposal purposes. even though the mattress was very old that we had, it still was in pretty good quality and it seemed like a very nice mattress. So we actually put it up for free on Craigslist and someone came and picked it up within a day of me posting it. So that was really cool to not have to worry about what happens to the mattress or where do I put it, just because I know that that can be a little bit stressful, especially because it's so large of an object. A smaller goal for us in our home this month has been making some tweaks to our home office. A home office tour is coming soon once we have a few more things squared away, but that's definitely been a lot of fun and we've really upgraded the space a lot, I think, so far, which has been very meaningful. And ironically, a goal that shouldn't be so hard, but for whatever reason it's tough, we do want to have some more indoor plants in our space, but I actually had purchased one with hopes of having it set up here for the video, and it pretty much died. I mean, it's not completely dead, but it looks terrible now within a week's time. So really, we're just very bad at plant care, or we didn't buy the right plant for the space, it's probably a mix of both. So I will say if you have any super easy indoor plant suggestions, I'd love to hear them. We are looking for something, or at least I guess I'm looking for something that's a little bit taller so it can go on here and I don't need to get an additional piece of furniture or a little table for it. We've got a snake plant that's been thriving for years, but otherwise not great at that kind of stuff. As far as some financial goals that we've been doing, we've actually shifted our grocery budget for the month of March to be cash only. So whatever cash we had, since we do have a decent amount of food already in the house, we want to work through the supply of that and figured, especially if we are going to be buying a bed frame and we already bought the mattress, it's good to reduce areas of our budget where we can. And food is definitely both a fun splurge for us sometimes that we want to cut back a little bit, and then also using up supplies that we have so we're not having too much on hand all at once. So that's been a goal of ours. Another financial goal for me, which kind of also fits in with the business, I hired an accountant, and that has been a awesome step. They do accounting and bookkeeping, or are helping teach me how to do official bookkeeping for my businesses, which has been very nice to have, and they're helping me optimize some things to reduce the amount of taxes I owe, which is very cool. So it's definitely been a big learning experience for me, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of see how that's going. So those are a couple ways we're trying to get our finances in order. And Jake and I met about what our new upcoming financial goals are going to be so we can set a plan for the rest of the year with ideas of how much we want to set aside for different purposes. With health goals, we recently, as of March 1st, got good insurance. In the U.S., unfortunately, the healthcare system is garbage, and unfortunately, people are really tied to insurance with their jobs. And with the self-employed perspective, it was tough because really the plans were very expensive. We were paying for the 4 months, or I guess it ended up being about 6 months that Jake was working with me full time and we were just on an individual plan. We were paying about $600 a month for really bad coverage. Fortunately, Jake and I, we are very healthy, so we have honestly hardly ever used any of our medical insurance, in the last however many years. But we're very excited to have much better insurance now that I've changed the legal structure of my business and have people on payroll and then paying full health benefits, from the business. So it's a much better plan, and we're getting in the process of taking care of any preventative measures that need to happen. We've got checkups scheduled for later this month. So that's been, I think, our biggest goal, and that's been a multiple month goal to get set up for this now. I'm finally relieved it's there. We're also continuing using our gym membership. I've been loving swimming laps. We're going about 3 times a week, most weeks. Sometimes it's a little bit more. I think now that the weather is warming up, thank goodness, that definitely encourages me to want to go there more often. So I'm excited to continue doing that. So we've really been trying to get our ducks in a row, so to speak, with the healthcare stuff, and I'm continuing to make healthy choices. And then the last piece, business and work. I know some goals I've had. Of course, I know this section may not apply to you as much, but maybe you can structure it for your own goals that you have that are work related, or even if you wanted to think about your home office or other spaces like that, you could do that instead of this category. I know coming March 18th, there is a fun change coming to this channel. I actually had a meeting 2 days ago with some people at Google with a new YouTube opportunity, and I get to pilot it, which I'm very excited about, so stay tuned. It launches, and I'll be talking about it March 18th, which will be when my next video comes out. But I'm excited about that, so that's one of the things that I think can be a really cool and meaningful change here with the channel. I'm also, it's been a bit tedious, but through our teacher business, Mr. and Mrs. Social Studies, where Jake and I create lesson plans for social studies teachers, we have been doing a major series of upgrades recently. We upgraded starting in late December until now. We've upgraded almost 150 of our products or our resources for teachers using the Google Drive tool. So basically, it makes it even easier for teachers to get these resources. They don't have to click on links and make the copies and change the titles and all of that. They can just go right to their Google Drive account and they can edit them immediately. It has already reduced some of the customer service requests and technical challenges people have had about 1% of the time. So we're so happy with that, but it's been a process. So we've been working on that. And then also, like I said, kind of between home and the business, we've been doing a lot with our home office. So I'm very excited to show you the final results of it in an upcoming office tour and some of the ways that we've helped streamline our office while prioritizing some of the decor that excites us about the business. So that's sort of a breakdown of some of the things we have been working on to get our ducks in a row, as they say, over these different categories throughout the month of March. I encourage you, if you like the idea of setting some of these smaller goals for these different topics, or whichever topics and priorities align with your life, I'd love for you to give it a try. If you're new around here and you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do that up here. And I encourage you to check out some past videos here that you might like. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.